Assalamu alaikum students of class 5. Today we are going to study about essay writing. In this video we are just going to focus on the concept, the very important points related to essay writing. We are going to learn what is an essay. Main parts of an essay, that are introduction, body and conclusion. We are going to study and analyze a sample essay. And then we will learn some helpful writing tips to organize our ideas and improve our writing skills. Now we are going to discuss what is an essay. In class 3 and 4, you have been writing paragraphs about different topics. Well, an essay is no different. An essay is a series of paragraphs arranged to form a connected piece of writing. It simply means a group of paragraphs about the given topic. Before, you used to write only one paragraph. Now you will write more than one paragraph about the given topic, and this makes your essay. All the ideas discussed in the essay should be related to the given topic. Now we are going to discuss parts of an essay. An essay has three main parts: introduction, body, and conclusion. Now we are going to discuss all the main parts of the essay one by one. The very first part of an essay is introduction. This is the beginning or the very first paragraph of an essay. In this paragraph, we introduce the topic or we talk about it generally. We can also explain the meaning of the given topic for the essay, or we can also add a famous saying or a quote. Next part of the essay is body. This is the middle part. It can have one or more than one paragraphs. It deals with the particular or specific information related to the topic. It provides all the information, ideas, examples, and supporting details. The very last part of the essay is conclusion. It is the ending part or the very last paragraph of an essay. In this part, we conclude the essay. We give our final thoughts. It winds up the whole idea of the essay. We can also add a famous saying or a quote. And we can use phrases like in short, in the end, I think, lastly. Let's take an example. Now we are going to take a sample essay and study how the three main parts, that are introduction, body, and conclusion, work together to form a meaningful essay. Here is a sample essay. The topic is my hobby. You can see the essay has been divided into three main parts, highlighted in yellow: introduction, body, conclusion. The very first paragraph is the introduction of an essay. The very first sentence is, hobby means an activity or some useful work that we can do in our spare time. So you can see, first of all, I have defined the meaning of the term hobby. In the next sentences, I'm going to talk about hobby in general. I'm not going to talk about my hobby, but different hobbies that are taken by different people around the world. And why do people like to pursue a hobby? I'm reading, listen to me. People around the world spend their free time doing some interesting activities. Keeps them busy, mentally healthy, and physically active. There are many hobbies like gardening, stamp collecting, reading, photography, etc. That's the end of the first paragraph. Now we are going to focus on the next part of an essay, that is body. Here in this essay, there are three paragraphs in body. There can be one paragraph as well, or more than one paragraph. It all depends on how many ideas you have. Book reading is my hobby. So you can see in body, I'm just going to focus on my hobby, that is book reading. In all these three paragraphs, I discuss about my favorite author, my small home library, my book club, how much time do I spend in reading every day, and what are the benefits of reading. And all these three paragraphs are focusing particularly on my hobby. So it's a specific information. In the last, you can see The paragraph is conclusion. This is the concluding paragraph. It is going to end the whole essay. In short, hobby is an interesting pursuit through which we can drive amusement in the leisure. Leisure means free time. So during our free time, we can keep ourselves busy, enjoy our free time by keeping a hobby. Hobbies take the boredom away and fill our time with peace, wonder, and pleasure. They have educational value as well. So I think we should pursue a hobby as it has various healthy benefits. So you can see the last paragraph is actually winding up my essay. It is ending the essay. I have used some phrases like in short. I think this phrase is actually giving my own personal view. And in short, this phrase is actually helping to summarize the whole thought of the essay. I hope this essay is helpful. This sample essay is helpful to understand the structure of an essay. You can read it, you can pause the video, go through it again and again, read it yourself, and it will be very helpful to write your own essay next time. We have discussed structure of an essay, different parts of an essay, introduction, body, and conclusion. We have discussed a sample essay. Now we are going to discuss different writing tips that are going to help us improve our essay writing. The very first tip is make a mind map. That's very important. Before writing an essay, always make a mind map. What is a mind map? It means to write down all the ideas related to the topic on a paper. Once you have your topic in your hand, take up rough paper and write down all the ideas that come to your mind related to the topic. All the important points that you would like to discuss in your essay, just jot them down. Writing tip number 2 is use 4 squares. This 4 square chart is also very helpful. You can either make a mind map or you can use this 4 square method. Let's discuss it. In the center, I have written the topic, my hobby. In the first square, I have written down all the ideas that would go in my first paragraph, and it will make the introduction of my essay. In the second and third squares of this chart, I have written down all the ideas that will go in the body of the essay. And the last fourth square is dealing with all the ideas that I will discuss in the last paragraph or conclusion of my essay. You can either make a 4 square chart to plan your essay, or you can make a mind map to plan your essay. Tip number 3 is use adjectives and adverbs in your writing. It makes your writing more interesting. Here is a list of some interesting adjectives. You can use these in your essay, or you can use some other adjectives as well. Here is a list of some interesting adverbs that you can add in your essay anytime. Writing tip number 4 is instead of then, use other words. Now, which words we are going to use? We are going to discuss. Repetition of then in a writing makes it boring. So here are some tips to avoid using then. Look at this piece of writing. I am reading it. Listen to me. In the zoo, I saw a monkey. It was sleeping in its cage. Then I saw a huge lion resting in the shade. Then I went to the cage of noisy parrots. Then my mother called me for the lunch. We had our lunch. Then it was time to go home. Now in this paragraph, you can see we have repeated then again and again, and it sounds boring. So in the next paragraph, I'm going to replace then with some interesting words. I'm reading, listen now. In the zoo, I saw a monkey. It was sleeping in its cage. Then I saw a huge lion resting in the shade. Next, I went to the cage of noisy parrots. Soon my mother called me for the lunch. We had our lunch, and finally it was time to go home. Now you can see this paragraph sound more interesting because the repetition of then has been avoided, and instead of then we have used words like next, soon, finally. This is another tip. Instead of then, it's better to use some other words. Which words? You are going to have a look at them now. As we have seen, the repetition of then makes our writing boring. So here are some words that we can use to replace then. Spellings are also very important while writing any piece of writing. So tip number 5 is use dictionary for spellings. Spellings can be tricky. Don't misspell your words. Whenever in doubt, use dictionary or ask your parents or teacher for correct spellings. After writing your essay, read it again and again. Look for mistakes and make corrections. Here is a checklist for your help. First of all, make sure that your essay structure is correct. The introduction introduces the topic or explains the meaning of the topic. The body has all the main details and examples. The conclusion is short, strong, and meaningful. It gives a proper ending to the essay. Next, make sure that you have used capital letters, commas, and full stops properly. You have used adjectives and some adverbs. Make sure that you have not used then again and again. And you have written all the spellings correctly. Now we have discussed all about essay writing. We have discussed about the structure of an essay. We have had a look at a sample essay. And then we discussed lots of writing tips. So now grab a paper and pencil and start writing your essay.